You are listening to 5 Star Wrestling Podcast.
Afraid of white guys getting a hold of guns.
Yeah, just not.
True.
It's true. You know the average mass shooting was for 2017?
99%.
1 per day.
By a white person.
And with that being said, welcome everybody to 5 Star Wrestling Podcast.
Yikes.
Yikes is right.
Devin got caught.
Yeah, he did.
I'm always ready. I'm always
I
ready.
didn't know you were being recorded.
And I don't know if that's the right year. It's like, it's around there.
Well, no. Guns is a crisis in America. It really is.
America!
Fuck yeah!
Fuck America.
Okay, with that being said, happy 4th of July, everybody, because that's when we're recording this episode.
Josh is from Canada. It's
He
different.
is, it's true.
I'm not-
He's like
I'm-
Edge,
I'm-
Jericho.
I'm
all
American,
those guys.
actually, and this country's fucked, so whatever.
Well, if you're looking at the presidential race, then yeah, this country is fucked.
Yeah, let me just get a bunch of fucking Democrats to go at each other and
Kyle Bodie, 2020.
split the vote.
Right? Is it unanimous in that?
Yeah, I would say so.
So that's one house that's unanimous.
And with that,
That's 2 votes.
and
I'm not voting for
and
this.
Devin is not lying. Bodacious Bodie is with us today. What's up?
Hello.
Oh, Jesus.
Christ.
First time ever, Bodacious Bodie and Devin in the same room
This is going to be
on
interesting.
a podcast.
I'm already regretting it.
Oh,
I bought
wow.
you fucking wings.
Yeah, they're all right.
Also, the way you're sitting, I'm talking straight to your dick.
crotch.
I'm sorry.
well, you gave me that.
Straight
Gave
at
me
it.
a high seed. Like
Wow.
I'm like,
This is great.
I gave the shortest person the tallest chair. In my head, it seemed right, but instead, I'm just yelling at your dick.
talk to me.
Dude, he just spread his legs for you. Present
Yeah,
it.
right? True.
It's fine.
All right, I got one announcement to
You
make.
can't say a few and then say one.
I got one announcement.
Because you had 0 the second before you hit play.
But I have one.
Oh, okay.
Yay.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please?
And I wanted to congratulate A-Kid and Jonathan Gresham, as well as Artemis Spencer, as being the first 3 names named for BOLA, Battle of Los Angeles 2019.
Fancy.
Let's go, boys.
Yeah.
That's right. It's a great tournament.
Give it a Gresham.
Because I want to see
I would say
A-Kid
so.
and the third dude you mentioned. I can't even remember.
Artemis
his name.
Spencer.
Artemis Spencer. I want to see them go because I've never seen them wrestle. So it'll be interesting.
It is. I think BOLA is a great platform for like indie wrestlers.
If you're good
course.
enough to be going to bowl, you're good enough to
Pretty
watch.
much to go anywhere.
Yeah, the invitation's a big deal.
Yeah.
I've never seen Bola, so
How?
Go home.
all right.
Did you even drive? Yeah, you did drive.
Close the door.
No, I drove
No.
him today.
Oh, okay.
Subscribe
So
to
he's screwed.
You're walking.
Subscribe to PWG on YouTube. A couple weeks or a month or so after every event, they upload like a 4 or 5 minute highlight reel of their events,
Which
of their
is
pay-per-views, and they do
unbelievable.
a fantastic job of that.
You have to remind me. I'll forget this in an hour.
Yeah, definitely. You can also follow us on Twitter, everybody. I forgot we got to do this at 5_star podcast.
Is that the number 5?
That is indeed the number 5. So hit the 5 key on your keyboard.
That's 1, 2.
What if I'm on
Three?
what if I'm on mobile?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, your phone has a keypad that comes up.
you idiot.
Kind of.
Sort of.
What if I have to like sort from letters to numbers? And this is very unclear.
Well, anyways, it's at the number 5_star
Looks like
podcast.
I'm not following.
Figure it out.
I still not.
Figure it out.
I'll ask the password when I got my new phone, so you guys can mention the password on the podcast.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's
No, don't do that.
okay.
And then, anyways, you can also follow us on Facebook at 5 Wrestling Podcast.
The number 5?
Nope, you spell out 5,
How do you spell that?
FIVE,
Thank you.
Star Wrestling Podcast.
That's spelling it out, right?
You guys on Facebook and
is.
Twitter?
Yeah, we're on Instagram.
And we're on
Instagram.
Instagram and
Wow.
YouTube.
Have you ever listened to this?
Have you
I
been
know.
here
How
before?
do you not know that?
You've
What
been
am I
part of
doing
the
here?
show.
Where are you?
He came
Wait,
for
what?
he came for the wings. Shout
Yeah,
out to
I'm ready
shout
to
out
leave.
to
All right.
Wingstop.
So,
No B-dubs this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
So
B-dubs.
first of all, so you know why you guys had to pick it up?
Why?
It's like, how far was it from here? 5 or 6 miles?
yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't deliver that far.
Yeah, that's
Grow
pathetic.
up.
Yeah, Grubhub, get your shit together.
Yeah,
Fuck
no
off.
kidding. So we're going to do everything today the opposite direction?
I mean, we can try it.
All right.
You guys want to try it?
Yeah.
Do my juicy top
I
5
don't
at the
care
end?
what we do.
All right. So
I
we're
don't
going to
care
get
the
into
order.
questions.
I'm just a guess here.
Same.
right?
Me too.
Because this is the
Whose house is this?
Great America Bash.
That goes.
Okay.
And Fins.
This is the
This
Great
is actually
American
this is
Bash.
Castle
Great
Valor,
America.
correct?
America Bash.
You guys just.
And we're going to do questions first today.
Yay! Questions.
Questions, yay. So it's the 4th of July.
So what's this segment? Is this where you ask us questions?
This is where I ask you
Alright.
questions. I was just about to ask you a question, and then you rudely interrupted me.
It's
I
been
did.
2 weeks and we lost everything.
I just
I know.
silenced my phone, so I'm ready.
All
Do
right,
we
cool.
answer
I should do
them?
that too.
You do answer them.
Oh.
All right. So,
No, we sit here awkwardly until the next one.
yeah, exactly. So, since it's the 4th of July, what is
Is it
the
the 4th of
best 4th of July memory that you guys have? Like, what's your favorite thing to do?
I mean, one time I went to the Randolph Parade and some lady drove into the parade, drove right through it.
All right. Well, that's good.
How do you
So
top that?
none of us are gonna answer after this. Josh is gonna
Fireworks.
finish, and then we're gonna move
That
on.
was probably my favorite moment right there.
They hit people.
No, she just like the cop like ran up to her and then she just started going.
How old was she?
She had to be like I think she was in her 50s.
Oh
And they were chasing
no!
her. They found her on like the highway. Yeah.
Sucks.
Fucking piece of shit.
Oh, woman driver.
So
What?
Whoa, whoa.
this
Alright,
is not
cool.
a sexist podcast, but you need to chill out a little bit.
Yeah, no kidding.
He was just explaining how it was a woman driver.
No, I know,
and
I'm
someone
joking.
didn't.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's not what he was doing. So she just drove through the parade.
I guess she just went through the barricade and then
Didn't hit a
casually,
single person.
casually just wanted to go fast past everybody. I guess
Was she driving like the parade,
she's
like
driving,
the way that the parade was going, like she was part of
I
it?
believe so. Yeah.
Well,
She didn't hit
Christ.
anybody.
Maybe she
so good
wanted to
for her.
join the parade.
I
Yeah.
guess
What if
so.
she was a surprise entrant?
I think she was drunk, so
Entry
Good for
number
her.
30.
Nice.
she made it.
None of my 4th of Julys have ever been that exciting.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
remember
don't-
doing anything.
I don't care about fireworks. I don't care about the holiday. in
Well, I used to
general.
go to the parade all the time when I was a kid, but not
I went to
anymore.
the Cape last night. That was fun.
Oh, that's
cares?
nice.
That's cool.
What?
Who cares?
Wow. All right. So we're going to move on from that one.
No, I'm just kidding, Devin. What'd you do?
He hung out with Eric Rowan.
He's upset. I upset Devin.
Yeah, you
Next,
did.
next question, please.
All right. So we're going to move on from that. I've said it multiple times, and each time you guys have denied what I've said.
I
That
denied
the-
it.
What?
Yeah, you've denied it plenty of times. That the WWE should not be. You said WWE should not be worried about AEW
No.
Of
because
course
it's
not.
too early. But yet they hire Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff as executive directors of Raw and SmackDown, respectively.
That's a good move.
Okay, but why should I not think they're not just a tiny bit worried about what AEW's done?
It's not about being worried about competition. It's more about being
Improving your
prepared,
product.
improving your product, and caring now because they actually have something to care about. Like,
It's like I bet it's 10% on their mind. Maybe
Yeah.
it's not any. It'll never be WWE versus WCW again. That'll never happen. That is worried.
well,
Yeah.
well, it depends.
That's
if
the level of-
if they do really well on TV for their weekly show, and guys start leaving, the big guys start leaving WWE for.
I don't. See
I mean, even then they got NXT guys that come right up and take
Yeah,
over.
I
so
honestly
it-
don't see it happening, and if it does, it's gonna take a long time.
What about you, Bodacious?
He'll be fine.
What will be fine?
Both. WWE's will be good in good hands.
Whose hands? Triple H's?
No, he's got NXT.
Paul Heyman
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
Yeah, you got
Heyman and
Bischoff?
Heyman and
He is
Bischoff?
the advocate.
to Brock Lesnar.
Which actually segues into my next question. Triple H obviously was not offered the executive director role because they felt they wanted to protect him because they didn't want him to fail running SmackDown right before Fox actually takes over. Right? Hold on. But despite his history with NXT, was it the right move by the WWE to hold off on making Triple H executive director?
He doesn't need it. He's got NXT.
It
I mean,
wasn't
that's
right.
been-
Yeah,
I
but
don't
yeah,
think
but wait
it-
a minute. But isn't the ultimate goal for him to ultimately take over all of the WWE?
I mean, yes and no.
Eventually.
Maybe he didn't
Yeah.
want it.
Like you
It's
want
not
him,
bad. It's not a bad thing.
you want him to succeed by going to SmackDown like before Fox, and obviously I think he'd do pretty well. But with having to answer to Vince, I don't think he would be able to run the product the way he would want it to.
Yeah. That was an awkward pause there.
Oh, I thought you.
Yeah, I thought
I could
something
hear
happened.
someone.
No.
I could hear someone outside. I thought you.
I don't know. I just feel like I just felt like it was a little bit kind of cautious on their part and a little bit disrespectful. Just because I think he would have been the first person you ask.
Before Vince?
No. Like, he's the first person you ask, like, hey, do you want to be the executive director of Raw or SmackDown? Like, I get maybe because Heyman was already there. They could have been like, hey, Triple H, do you want to take over SmackDown? Because we've seen what you've done with NXT.
Well, Heyman has a great wrestling mind. He's always...
But that's why I mentioned
Bishop.
Heyman probably wasn't
Triple
even...
H is still an on-screen character.
Yeah, that too.
But so isn't Paul Heyman, though.
In a way,
Not in
but...
a wrestling match. No, we're talking about Triple H and Bischoff, correct?
Yeah, well...
Bischoff is not in the ring anymore. He's been gone for so long. It doesn't make sense for Triple H to be running SmackDown and then also booking his own matches. Like, it should be something he's doing. It should be something after he's done in the ring. It doesn't make sense for him to executive produce SmackDown and then fight Randy Orton in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
it's kind of like, because why would Orton want to fight him? That's his boss.
True.
It's kind
well, that's Vince McMahon, though.
I know. I don't
That's what
think
made the
while
Attitude
he's
Era
still
so
an
great.
on-screen. I don't think while he's still an on-screen character, then he should have. It's also too many things.
I don't know. I kind of disagree with that because, like I said, Vince McMahon was an on-screen character and he still ran the business. Everybody hated him. Him and Austin had one of the greatest feuds of all time.
We're never gonna get.
One of the
We're never
greatest.
gonna get that again, though.
You never know. If Triple
Stephanie
H
McMahon.
Hey, Rhino has already said it. He is on the quest to find the next Stone Cold, the next
Who?
The Rock.
Rhino?
Who said this?
Rhino.
Where's
He's on the
where's he
quest.
looking?
Well, he said he's going to scour the indies looking for the next up-and-coming talent.
for WWE or AEW?
For
or
anybody.
Okay.
For anybody.
I mean,
That doesn't make me feel any better.
no. Not even.
Okay, but still. You never know. That moment could happen.
I'm sure Rhino has a great wrestling mind too, but I'm not really looking
Isn't he a
for
politician
Rhino
now?
for Michigan.
Can't trust him.
But what was I gonna say else? What else was I gonna say? Something about Triple H. Oh, Eric Bischoff. He has the perfect tag team for SmackDown too. Something that will just keep on reminding him of WCW. Heavy Machinery.
Okay.
Tucky.
So, speaking, because you mentioned the Attitude Era, Mr. Juicy. And
That's my name, band.
Gross.
so, for those of you out there that didn't know, AEW held Fyter Fest this past Saturday.
It was all right.
And there was a little
Shut
bit
your
of
mouth.
there was a little bit of controversy that came out of this. Okay, first one, Twitter was in an uproar over the fact that Jim Ross uttered the word Oriental.
He was just
On
ordering
air.
Chinese food.
Yeah, right.
And they
okay.
picked up on it. Were you listening?
Cool,
Because that's
yeah.
what I heard.
He was on the phone.
All right, and then
With his war veteran buddies.
yeah, and then Cody Rhodes took a chair shot.
Fat ass breaking another chair.
Wow.
I just put my foot on it.
Do you remember when
He wasn't here.
the other?
No, I wasn't here for that
Oh,
one.
you didn't come to Mania. Yeah.
Yeah,
One of like the
I was,
big, comfy reclining chairs. He just like exploded under him.
well, Brian was sitting on it before, so
Yeah,
he probably.
so
Brian could have broke
I
it.
look over and his fucking ankles are in the air. I was like, "You good? We're trying to watch Mania."
Right.
We threw it out.
I was just excited for Mania, I guess, and the chair just couldn't handle it.
True.
Right.
Sorry.
So,
Juice.
Cody Rhodes took a chair shot that left a lot of people complaining over the safety of the chair shot.
Were people
Right.
complaining about that more or the Oriental thing?
Well, they're both.
Okay.
So these
Whichever
are
one came second, because
Yeah,
we
so
forgot
these
about
are-
the first one.
Yeah. Well, the Oriental one came first.
Right.
So my
Obviously,
question
they
is,
piss off.
if all these people are going to sit here and bitch about a chair shot or bitch about Jim Ross using the word Oriental, then why are you complaining that you want the Attitude Era back?
I think we want it back in a different aspects. Like, we don't want everything from the Attitude Era back, obviously. The lingerie, bikini.
What's wrong with those?
No, but
Those are just so
Shut
fucking
your
dumb.
fucking mouth.
I would take
So,
those back in a
waste of
second.
time. Waste of time.
Listen. I get what you're saying,
Yeah.
right? There's certain aspects, but there's certain aspects that came with the Attitude Era, and that was their hardcore wrestling.
What is the Oriental quote that he used? Because I don't know how he used it.
He spoke about what's her name, Suka,
Yikes.
Riho, and the other girl.
Yeah, the triple threat.
Yuka
man.
Sukazawa, whatever her name was.
Yeah, the triple threat.
He said these two Oriental girls, right? Like,
all right, it's not. I get it. He wasn't like muttering to himself like these goddamn Oriental girls.
Maybe
No,
he didn't
but
know
I mean,
whether
like-
what kind of Asian they were, so he didn't want to mess it
Yeah,
up.
because what if he said the wrong? And then if he said the wrong one, it'd
yeah,
be in a fucking uproar.
but people's
That's-
he could have said, Asian girls, right? And I think people would have been fine with that.
Yes, this is my first time hearing this. Yeah.
Exactly. And but I think I don't know.
It wasn't a bit. They were looking for stuff.
Yeah.
I think the show was great. I think it was very well done, and we were just kind of looking for shit to be upset about because that's who we are as wrestling fans.
Wrestling fans just get so easily offended, but so easily excited. It's so weird.
But that's what I'm saying. Then why are you bitching that you want the Attitude Era back if you're going to be the first person to bitch
I know.
about a stupid word like Oriental?
So just keep the words out of wrestling and just make it
Let
more
them-
about wrestling.
Yeah, but
Let
wasn't
them-
that the whole idea behind the Attitude Era was
I mean,
See, well,
the attitude?
I get the Oriental thing was bad. Like MJF told the
Yeah,
crowd
but-
that like their mother swallow, and everybody was like, ha 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 ha
And
ha
then
virgins.
they pan to that poor kid.
Oh my
Talking about
god,
video
that
games and
poor
being a virgin.
kid. Yeah.
Yeah, like we're
He goes, I
poking
used to
fun
be
and laughing
into
him.
video games until I lost my virginity.
Oh, and then the camera.
that
Why
poor
would you
kid.
even pan
That poor kid.
Oh my god.
But like we applaud that and think that's hysterical when that offends
That was even
almost
worse.
everybody in the arena. And Jim
MJF
Ross was
is the greatest
Jim Ross
heel in
was
the business right
not talking poorly about these women. He just used the wrong word.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm getting. I was
So,
gonna do a
grow-
whole entire.
Get thicker skin.
Yeah,
I think it's
Move
more
on.
to do with just racism in America with Trump in office and everything. People are just
Yeah.
he can get away with everything, but
well,
we can't.
it's because now we're living in the PC era.
But we
right?
have a non-PC president. That doesn't make any sense. That's whatever.
No, I know. Believe me,
Bottom
we can get
line-
into this all day.
Bottom line, relax.
Yeah.
What
Grow the
JR
fuck
said
up.
wasn't that bad. Cody's chair shot sucked, but it wasn't planned, which is better than.
It was a
Imagine
gimmick
if-
chair.
If they planned it, that would have been worse.
Yeah, Sean Spears, he hit him too hard, I guess, but at the same time, like, you like to watch them go through tables, you like them to be thrown off ladders, they get hit in the fucking head with a chair, and you get upset. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, I think the upset part. Okay, so let's get into the chair shot because we talked about Jim Ross. I think the part about the chair shot that people are a little upset about is because of CTE and all those
I
things.
get that,
know,
but there's
I
so
get
many moves that can cause CTE that
True.
like, one chair shot to
Every
the head is not
single-
going to cause that.
Every single back bump could be your last back bump if
They-
you hit your head.
Of course.
I mean, you
Of
want
course.
power bombs, you want slams, you want superplexes. Basically the same thing.
They literally said he didn't get a concussion, so it's not as bad as everybody thought. I mean, he hit him on the wrong side, and Cody bladed it. I think that's what he said. So
Cody didn't blade.
that's why
Well,
he got
dude,
he got
if
opened
you
up the
saw-
hard way, but
yeah,
he
but-
wasn't bladed.
Yeah, but if you saw where he was hit with the chair, it was not in the spot where he was
Yeah,
split
that's
open.
what I heard. So he must have bladed.
Yeah,
I don't think
because
he
it
did.
made no sense.
He did a dusty.
It was the other
pulled a
side of
dusty.
the chair.
He got hit right here,
No,
and
it
he
was-
bled out.
Yeah, it was the top
Head's
of the
pointing
chair.
to his right, and
It
then
wrapped
going to
around
the
Well,
his head.
so-
though, like-
Yeah,
He
it
got
was
hit in the left
It
side
was
of his
the
head.
top lip of the chair that like came around and got him. It's like the perfect length. Right
Yeah,
there.
but I don't know.
See, people think it's a work. It was. I don't think it was a work, at all.
What do you mean it was a work? Like the
Like-
fact that he's bleeding?
Yes.
So you think he got busted up the hard way?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe. I
And
don't
he
know.
got
Maybe,
13
could've been.
staples after. You don't
Yeah,
blade and
could've
get
been.
staples after.
I mean, that's happened.
I know Dave Meltzer was upset.
What did he
about
take a fucking knife and?
Yeah. I don't
No.
He probably got busted up the hard way, too. And then
I-
didn't realize he was bleeding and then bladed, and then that's caused more.
it. True.
Okay,
I'll take that.
I'll take that.
All right.
I'll take that
Cool.
too.
Problem solved, everybody. We did it.
We solved it. Nothing we can't fix.
Right.
We did it.
Let's just talk about Fyter Fest. Overall thoughts on Fyter Fest.
Solid. For a free show. Keep in mind it's free,
Yeah.
and it's not a pay-per-view. It's a middle
It's a free show.
transition, basically because they don't have TV time right
Kind
now.
of like a house show, but
Yeah.
It was good.
adds-
6 out of 10.
That's not good. That's failing.
It
In
was
any
good.
school.
So I would give it an 8.5 maybe.
I think an 8's fair.
Yeah.
In the 8
7
range.
or 8.
I watched half of it, and I still give it like an 8. I haven't finished it yet.
The only thing was the buy-in. Even you guys see Metzler. I used to live on Metzler Drive. Meltzer was like, thank God the buy-in's over, because like those.
It really was excruciating.
The first match was fantastic. The triple threat tag team.
Yeah,
match.
of course, but then it just got bad.
The
like right
librarian
afterwards.
gimmick needs to go.
I don't mind that
even
gimmick.
get it.
I don't mind a gimmick in wrestling. Like, as stupid as some of them can be, like, just give it a chance.
But if it's that bad, and the
But
wrestling wasn't good either.
I get it.
The
but
whole
you gotta
thing
give
is
it,
bad.
You can't just give it the first impression and say it's going to be bad.
No,
you gotta give it
it's
time.
been around
I know it's been on the
too long.
The
Being the elite.
Yeah, being the elite.
Were they just shushed?
Yeah, but one of the great things.
I know.
But one of the great things they were talking about with AEW is that AEW is willing to listen to their fans, and if the fans tweet them and say, hey, this is not working, they're willing to dump it. They've already said it. They're willing to get rid of it.
But is that always a good thing, though?
No,
I think you need to trust
they gotta
in the
take
character.
it with a grain of salt.
Of course,
The
but even if
character's not
they
gonna
see
get-
it,
character's
but
not
if
gonna
you-
get over.
It's not going to get over, but you got to give it a chance.
the librarian character is not going to get over it.
The fact that it's a terrible gimmick. Terrible gimmicks can work. They put them up against Allie. She's a terrible wrestler, and who is not over. You put
Never
the
watched
librarian
that.
up against Brandy Rhodes.
Allie died.
Exactly.
She died for wrestling.
You put the librarian up against Brandy Rhodes, and I get you don't want her to get hurt before a big event, whatever. That's how you make a gimmick work, because the crowd's going to be into it because it's friggin' Brandy Rhodes. Put the librarian against Awesome Kong, or even if it's a
Jesus,
squash or something.
I was wondering, where is Awesome Kong?
Yeah, she's not there. Well, it's a free show, so they probably want to give her away. But Allie didn't really die, everybody. She died in TNA. Like, they did it.
Rosemary killed her.
I think she's a
gimmick.
terrible wrestler.
Yeah, I don't like
Never
it.
watched.
Stop it.
I haven't watched her, but I
Impacts.
know she's not
You
good.
put two bad wrestlers together with with a bad gimmick, it's just a recipe for disaster.
See,
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't like that they had the CEO wrestle on the show either, because
No
they
shit.
should have built up to that too. The hardcore
That
match
was awful.
it wasn't terrible because he actually was dedicated enough to go through tables and stuff, but it was just dumb.
Yeah, of course.
Like
And it didn't help the
you
tag
gotta-
team match started.
It didn't help that
Because after that, it was like,
there was no build up to it. Like, it didn't help that either. Like, no
Yeah.
one knew what was going on. It was just a wrestling match with a non-wrestler and a wrestler. It was
yeah,
weird.
I wasn't a fan.
But-
Other than that, though, the main card,
I was really,
Good.
Thumbs up. For
I was
them.
really surprised by the women's triple threat match.
I was too.
I
That
was
was
Nyla
way
Rose, right?
longer than I
Yeah,
thought
Nyla
it was going to
Rose,
be.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it kept
I mean,
going.
Meltzer
and kept
Meltzer
going,
was
and I
complaining
like,
that he thought it was too long.
I think it was
She's improved
just enough.
from the last
I
time.
thought it was good enough.
Yeah.
I think it was just enough time. I was getting surprised at the kickouts at like the 14, 15 minute mark and stuff, and I was like,
Yeah.
this is still happening.
I would like to mention that I had Rio winning.
No one cares.
So we're going to mention this right now. So every pay-per-view or event, we do these scorecards. And we have to dumb down the scorecards for Devin, by the way, just listening. He's shooting himself metaphorically.
I'll give you a real one.
But anyways,
Speaking of
me and
like
Devin
real
have the
ones.
most wins, and Josh still has 0.
Fuck off.
But anyways, Josh had
Fuck on.
who won,
Mm.
who pinned who, and all the facts correct on that whole entire
Almost,
match.
yeah.
He's from the future.
That's it.
I knew it. I knew it was going to happen, even though Nyla Rose is going to get a huge push. I knew she was going to get pinned.
I just felt like I
She-
just
she
thought
shouldn't
she
have took
should
the
have
pin.
won.
She shouldn't have took the
I
pin.
disagree. Because I picked
Yeah, because you fuck off.
No, but I don't think I agree with you. At least if she didn't win, she shouldn't have taken the pinfall.
Well, I think she got the pin because they don't want to make her, since she's transgender, they don't want to make it seem like she's unstoppable at first. I don't know.
Getting an
Yeah.
advantage because she.
Yeah, but she was 3 times the size of the other two.
I get that, but they don't.
That doesn't matter in
yeah,
wrestling.
No, it does not.
Apparently not.
Rey Mysterio beat Big Show.
Riho actually impressed me a lot in that
Yeah,
match.
she's good. She's good.
Yeah.
So,
It is
Her and
yeah.
Britt Baker will be a good women's title match.
yeah,
True.
I agree.
I liked that women's match more than I liked the one at Double or Nothing.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it was great. Yeah.
I agree with that. What'd you guys think of SEMA versus
Great way
Chris
to start the
Daniels? I thought
Right.
so too. Great kickoff.
Yeah, so.
They've been
Both
wrestling
40
each other
years
for
old.
20 years.
Yeah, it's crazy. They can still go like they're 20.
Kick-
And I'm
Cena kicked
excited.
out,
SEMA's running the OWE, or at least he's training. I know he's training all
Strong
those
Hearts
kids.
are awesome.
Speaking
Yeah.
of OWE, Devin mentioned before that it's OWE is basically TNA now.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you said OVW.
OVE.
I didn't say that either. When did I say this?
One on the couch, you fuck.
No, I didn't.
She did.
I said No, you dope. OVE is Ohio versus everything. It's a Sami Callihan
Oh, I thought you
stable.
said
I said TNA is now an OVE highlight reel, because
Pretty
it's
much.
just OVE running it,
All
not.
the time.
Also, OVE he's referring to, is the O Oriental in that acronym?
Oriental
No, I swear
Wrestling.
to God.
Yeah, it's Oriental Wrestling.
That
Really?
Ed, you just said Oriental.
I know.
Shut
I
it.
should be
Shut
fired.
it down. Shut the
Fired.
whole fucking thing
Get-
down.
Just
Jim,
fire me.
Get Jim Ross here.
Okay, JR.
That's it. Me and JR. We'll start our own podcast.
But that could have been what he was talking about.
Yeah, so I don't know why that's wrong. Oh, maybe because I don't know. I can't make an excuse anymore. I don't
Me
know.
neither. Me
There's
neither.
no excuses.
Me neither. All right. So pretty much everybody liked it. You know the
My
one
own-
thing
All right,
the one
you
thing
go.
I had a problem with was
Me-
the finish of the Cody Rhodes. Me and you talked
Time
about
I
this.
love that. That
Dakota
was
Rhodes,
so
Darby
well
Allin
done.
match.
That was so
What?
well done.
Cody Rhodes versus Darby Allin.
I like that match a lot too.
I know, but I just
The finish was perfect.
I wanted to finish.
That wasn't
Like-
finished. You don't.
No,
they're-
I
Yeah,
didn't
you
want
love
to
a
draw.
finish.
Why? They're
Oh,
both.
I do.
They both don't need to take the pin
This
yet.
means they have big plans for Darby Allin.
They're one on one. They're 1-on-1 versus each
Now
other.
we-
Cody doesn't have to be
Cody hasn't
undefeated.
won and
It's his
Darby
fucking
hasn't won.
company.
Yeah. Darby's on the map now. For people who don't know him, that's a great first impression.
He didn't lose to
You
Cody
took
Rhodes.
Cody to
the
the
limit.
limit, yeah.
Exactly.
I want an
Yeah,
exactly.
AEW 3 stages of hell match between Cody Rhodes and Darby Allin.
See, I don't think they're gonna have a lot of
We need a 3
Like
stages
gimmick
of
matches?
like continuous. Every pay-per-view is gonna have
Well, once they get the
not
TV.
repetitive.
I think TV will solve everything.
Yeah, once they
Right.
get their TV deal. But I think that we need more 3 stages of hell.
But
matches.
that was great. Yeah, Darby or Allin looked. He made Cody look like $1 million with his selling.
Oh
Cody
yeah,
made
big time.
him-
That I'll
Yeah.
agree with.
Cody made him look like $1 million because he kept kicking out of everything.
Yeah, Darby's very talented.
I love the spot when he put Darby Allin in the body bag.
and the disaster kick.
Yeah, that was cool.
When he jumped off the top rope, back
Oh,
onto
the
the
trust
apron.
fall
yeah,
onto
he,
the hardest part of the ring.
Thanks,
Michael
Michael
Cole.
Cole.
Michael Cole said at his house quietly when he watched it.
He didn't say it quietly. He yelled that shit.
His
neighbors
fucking
heard it.
wife threw his dinner everywhere. Jesus,
Right on the hardest part of the
honey,
ring.
it's the hardest part of the ring.
Did you
What'd
hear
you
that,
get?
Cody Graves?
Michael, you're not at war
No,
anymore.
Cody's not here.
What'd you guys think of Moxley Janela?
I didn't see it.
That was my match of the night.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going Cody with Darby.
I don't.
Really care for the hard. It wasn't as
atomic
hardcore.
drop.
It's the
Or the
deathmatch
thumbtacks.
kings.
Right, but it wasn't. It was. I think it was a. It wasn't as adult as a deathmatch usually is. It was kind of
That's
toned
good.
down. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's good. And I still was like, table.
I think
table,
it was just a
table,
nod between
ladder,
the two of them.
Table.
like-
Atomic drop on a thumbtacks? That was.
It
Oh.
was fine.
They have health insurance now. They can beat the shit out of each other.
What about the
That's true.
6-man tag?
Oh, Young
Lucha
Bucks and
Brothers.
Omega versus
Yeah.
Lucha Bros. Lloyd. Never saw Laredo Kid before. Impressed.
Ooh, Devin
I was
disagrees.
more
I
impressed.
disagree. I think Laredo Kid was incredibly generic.
Yeah,
Wasn't bad.
This is probably an unpopular opinion, but I enjoyed the Young Bucks versus
At
Lucha
the Lucha Brothers at Double,
Double
or Nothing
That's
more
exactly
than
what I said
Well, of
earlier
course,
to Josh.
but-
That match was way better, even though you
Yeah.
added Kenny Omega to it
is that-
somehow.
I
is
feel
that-
like
unpopular?
Laredo Kid was a last minute addition because they couldn't find anyone
Who
else.
was it
really.
originally? Wasn't it supposed to be?
There was
That's
talks it was going to be Pac.
Oh,
No, it was
Oh,
Pac.
And then Roswell.
God.
they screwed it up.
That would
That
have
would've
been
been-
incredible.
I do
That
honestly,
would've
I do think Laredo Kid was like born in Mexico, started wrestling to become a wrestler, threw a mask on and tights, and that's the gimmick.
You mean
wasn't.
you mean Chikara wrestling?
Is that where he's from?
No, I'm just saying. Don't
Yeah,
they do that in
that's good for
Chikara?
Chikara, yeah.
He was yeah, but they're like ants and like fighter ants and
I
stuff.
saw
They have a
Fighter Ant
thing.
last week.
Did you?
Yeah, when I went to Beyond without you guys. Oh yeah, I went to Beyond without you guys.
You went
I
alone?
thought I saw you on the
I
freaking
was
thing.
with, I know I was with my
What?
friend Ariel.
I was watching Beyond. I was
You
like, wow,
saw
that looked
him
like
on the
Josh.
show?
That was me.
And then I was like, no, that wasn't
No
him.
shit. You
And
went
then
alone?
No, I went with Ariel.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Yeah, because I want to take somebody that's never been before, and he really liked it. So
Yeah, those are the best shows
Yeah.
to bring people to.
I
Those are
agree.
Becca's favorites still.
Because WWE is too slow paced. He's actually going. Fucking Dickinson put a guy through a door, through a table.
That was incredible.
That was crazy.
So you're on the highlight reels?
Maybe I don't know.
Oh, I'll have to look. Yeah. But yeah, the 6-man tag, I thought people lost their minds for it. I honestly,
Yeah, I wasn't impressed.
I didn't think it was.
I
way too.
I think Laredo Kid was my problem too. The whole
wasn't,
time.
like,
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to next week, Fight for the Fallen, so they can
yes.
keep going.
I agree.
I'm excited.
I
It's
I
kinda
am
too
loving
close,
that.
though, isn't it? Do you guys feel like it's too close of a pay per view to have?
Every
after-
two.
Yeah, but I think
Since I
they're
don't
competing
consider
with
this-
WWE.
This is the follow up of Double or Nothing, more or less.
Yeah, but I think this one's for a cause though.
It's for gun
Oh,
violence.
this is the cause one.
This
Yeah,
isn't
this is
all outs in Chicago. That's the next
That's the
Oh,
big
championship.
31st.
So
Yeah.
this next one's gonna probably have a bunch of faces win then, because it's a charity event.
Not necessarily.
You can't have the bad guy win for charity, Devin.
You can because they already got the money.
Yeah, true.
Cody and Dustin versus Young Bucks.
Oh,
That
that's
would be
gonna
a great
incredible.
match.
Omega
Yeah.
versus SEMA.
And then
Yeah.
I think this is going to sow the seeds for the rest of the All Out card because we really only have Jericho and Paige
Yeah.
And, Moxley Omega.
and
Yeah,
Moxley
Jericho wasn't
Omega.
there.
Yeah,
Jericho said he's not gonna be there for all
because
this.
it's free. Yeah, 'cause his gimmick is just him now.
Yeah, that's
He's Judas.
All right.
He'll
So
probably show up
Yeah,
at this
Fight
one.
for the Fallen will be great. I'm excited.
That'll be awesome.
I'm excited.
so let's move on from that. And AJ Lee was recently in the news.
Was she?
Yeah, she commented about her time in the WWE, how she basically said that she got in a lot of trouble because the WWE was always all over the girl saying, have you had your manicure yet? If your hair's not long enough, you need extensions,
Oh my
this and that. So she
That
said she
diva
had to
shit.
fight.
God.
She said she had to fight for her to be herself. And then they asked her if she would ever return to the ring, and she said, never say never. She basically was like, listen, I always said I'd never date a wrestler. I did. She always said I would never date another wrestler. She goes, I married one. She goes, so never say never. In your opinion, if she does come back, where should she go?
Not back to WWE. Actually, I mean WWE. The wrestlers are so much better. The
They
women
would
wrestlers
treat
are
her
so
way
much
better. She'd actually be like, she wasn't a phenomenal wrestler, but the divas were such shit
Yeah.
that she looked amazing. I think she'd be like mid card, honestly, with what we have
We
now.
had
Bravo.
the Bellas, Alicia Fox.
You're only making my point stronger. But yeah, I don't think they might main event her because it's a return or whatever.
I
But
would say
wrestling
she-
ability, she's middle of the road,
I would
right?
say she would go to AEW as a top
Impact.
face.
Show up at All Out.
Yeah.
It's in
Oh,
Chicago.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Punk
talking
might show
about.
up,
What does
too.
that have to do with it?
Stop it. Stop saying Punk's gonna show up.
Who's
I'm gonna
Punk?
Stop breaking his heart.
Oh, the guy who got his
Like
ass
his
kicked
achy,
in
breaky heart.
MMA?
Yes.
No, he let him win.
Go down the
MMA is
Old Town
scripted.
Road.
You're thinking of something else.
Oh.
All right. So last
Wait,
question.
we're not finished with AJ
Oh, we're not
Lee,
finished
are
with
we?
AJ Lee. All
Yeah,
right.
you guys done?
What do you think, AEW?
I could see that. Yeah.
I
That'd be good.
say AEW.
I think she would be
She'd be
They- as
better
a-
celebrated.
as a big name from WWE. They
doesn't-
could benefit.
She's marketable.
They could benefit off her being a former WWE diva more than WWE could.
Right. She doesn't
Benefit.
necessarily also have to wrestle. She's a great mouthpiece.
Because WWE, they still got Charlotte, Becky.
Sasha, I guess.
Well, Sasha's going to be going probably. I would say she'd be good for AEW too. But Britt Baker being AJ Lee for the title would be a good segue for her to accomplish something.
Yeah. Keep Allie away from the title picture.
exactly.
She needs to be world champion.
Is Kylie Ray on the Saturday's pay-per-view?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
She's the
I haven't
Pokemon
seen
one,
any
yeah.
women. I haven't seen any women's matches announced for that yet. Besides,
For
what was
Fight
it?
for the Fallen?
Was it Brandy?
Also,
Sexist.
Yeah, look it up.
oh, Brandy versus Allie. Yeah.
So instantly it's going to be bad.
Yeah,
Sorry.
because they're both bad.
Sorry, yo.
Why is that?
It's because they're women.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, it's because they're awful.
Yeah, Brandy's.
Oh, that's why.
Did Brandy ever wrestle in WWE or she's just
No, thank
She was
God.
just a ring announcer.
Has she had a wrestling match?
Brandy versus
Yeah,
Allie.
I don't think so.
So why are we hating on her before we've seen her?
I think she.
What? Her and Cody fought Mike and Maria at Bound for Glory.
That just sounds awful.
It
was
a
awful.
fucking travesty
Really?
Yeah.
For them?
for Brandy and
But Cody
Maria.
and Mike did good, right?
Of course, they're both great wrestlers.
Speaking of Mike Bennett, how about that burial?
Oh.
Oh my God.
Is that your next
that was a
question, Ed?
question. Yeah.
Oh my God, really?
Oh.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. All right, mention that.
We're going
No.
to it anyway,
All right, let's
segue.
talk about it. You mentioned it. Let's talk about it. What did you guys think? How awful was that? How painful
Well, if
was
we could
that
see,
to watch?
If we could see video of Becky and Maria together, I'd be all for it.
What does that have to do with anything?
She said about Becky getting her pregnant. It would be better. She's more of a man than Mike.
They're women, though. They can't get pregnant off each other.
I would
What do you-
still.
what do you
love,
Have you
saying,
had
Bodie?
this talk yet?
I would still love to see it.
Has anyone not explained this to you yet?
Explain what?
The birds and the bees.
I'll tell you.
The bee has a penis.
No, John, I'll tell him after.
Okay.
All right. Well,
That'll be a separate podcast.
The bird gets fucked by a bee.
Birds and the Bees with Bodies.
Ooh,
We'll do that after.
Bodie's birds and
I have
bees.
a lot to learn.
Bodies, birds, and bees.
I have a lot to learn.
We'll
But
tell you
yeah,
after.
Mike Bennett and Maria, they're talking about doing a cuckold angle. If you don't know what that is, definitely don't look it up.
Classic. Look it up with images.
I'm so old. I had to look that up.
Bruh. Look it up with video.
It's from Shakespeare, like.
I hear it on Dave and Chuck
Oh.
the Freak all the time.
A classic
so.
cuckold.
But yeah, so they're saying that Maria might be getting pregnant from somebody else, and Mike Bennett, because Mike Bennett's not man enough to get her pregnant, even though he did it the first time. So I don't know.
Don't do
She's
it.
actually
It's
pregnant.
so dumb that they need to do this for TV
I don't
time.
even know if this is so true because I saw it on some wrestling news websites, but I don't know.
She's
if that's
actually
a-
pregnant.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know she's actually pregnant, but with the angle, I don't know.
I read it on The Onion.
Did you?
Does that count?
I
Yeah,
read it on
a little
KFAB.
They also
So,
found Bigfoot up there.
Kafabe.
Right underneath it, they said they found Bigfoot. It was a wild day.
That's crazy.
Yeah, right. I know that
How is
the
Good.
I know the day they told the WWE that she was pregnant was the day they signed that 5-year contract.
Oh,
Yeah,
so,
$250,000 a year.
Jesus
I think Mike Kanellis will be better off without Maria for a little bit.
I think so
If they
too.
allow him TV time on 205 Live, I think he could benefit.
I think he
from
needs
that.
a stable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
he
does
needs to
too.
be a main event muscle.
He needs some more muscle, but yeah.
Cesaro,
Those are big.
EC3,
Those are big boys.
and Robert
yeah,
Roode.
yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my God, it's gonna be a good stable.
It's gonna be meaty.
Yeah,
It's
lots
I
of
love
meat.
it.
Lots of meat.
There's so much man meat.
Oh my
So
God,
it's
there's so much meat.
All right, we need
Friggin'
to-
what's their names? The construction guys there.
What?
Huh?
The stupid tag
Ooh.
team there. I don't know.
Oh,
like,
Heavy
Heavy machinery.
yeah, there you go.
That's
I
unwanted
hate
meat.
that too. Yeah.
That's
That's
Eric
expired.
Bischoff's favorite tag team in the world.
That's expired meat.
That is, the
Is
ultimate.
that what he said?
No, that's the ultimate WCW tag team.
Oh.
Yeah, they
Are you
are.
kidding? Dude, have
Yeah.
you seen
He's-
this?
Get them out of my
they're both
fucking
so
face.
I've been watching.
They're not that. Their match with Brian and Rowan was actually really good.
Yeah, because Brian and Rowan are good.
Broen.
Takes
Rowan,
4
there we
men to
go.
wrestle a tag team
Oh,
match.
good.
We need Matt Riddle and Rowan to be a
Yeah, but
tag
how
team.
many awful wrestlers? And you should know this out of all people, Devin. How many awful wrestlers
Devin's
did
one of
CM Punk carry?
0.
What do you mean?
No wrestlers are awful.
John Cena is awful.
No, he's not.
No, he's actually had a lot of great
What is
matches.
wrong with you?
Okay, whatever. Anyways, moving
How do you-
on.
no, you can't move on from that.
Yeah, we can.
If you receive 5 stars from Daddy Meltzer, you are not a bad wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the other person's the one that did all the work.
It takes a 2 to tango.
I was not
Okay.
a fan of Ryback, if you want to mention that one.
God, Ryback.
He was fine.
Big guy.
I like him on Twitter, though.
He
I
was
do
fine.
too.
Stupid. Did you guys see? Unrelated. Did you guys see his AMA on Reddit?
No.
Nah.
All right. I'm
Don't break the
talking
law.
about this right now.
I've already done this.
He didn't understand how Reddit worked. I don't know if he was like fucking with us or what. He didn't know how it works. So when you ask questions, he's supposed to reply to the comment with the answer. He was just posting answers, and we had to go on a fucking treasure hunt to find out what the answers were to these questions. So the top voted thing on the entire thing was from Ryback. It just said Sponge Daddy. Sponge Daddy. What was that an answer to?
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows? But there was just answers, and they were hilarious, and they were just on their own. That we had to like go find and piece it together. It was hysterical.
I think he made a T-shirt off SpongeBob.
He did. He ended up making his own. I don't know
Oh,
if he was
jeez.
fucking with us, but like he
He
put
probably
the
was
Sponge
not.
Daddy and the Ryback
He's probably
font.
never used Reddit before.
It was unbelievable. It's just
Probably
a list
not.
of answers, and everybody's like,
I hardly know how to do Reddit.
Me too.
"You're just commenting on a comment."
I don't
It's
wanna
like
hear it.
anything ever.
No,
Me
it's
neither.
not.
Moving on.
They need to make it simpler for us old
Moving
people.
on.
I'll be 28 on Sunday.
You're older than I am.
We didn't do birthdays. It's my birthday Sunday. Everybody. buy
Happy
me something.
birthday, Juicy Josh.
Yeah. Everybody buy me something. I need lots of money.
Yeah, there comes the Jew.
Speaking of no.
All right. Anyways, if you guys could have, because you guys know I'm a big fan of this,
Sorry.
if you could have one
Huh?
dream match to happen right now, who would it be, and what style of a match would they fight in?
Jesus, are they living? Are they dead? Are
Is
they
this in the same
No,
Oriental?
this is current wrestlers right now.
In the same organization or different?
No, it could be anybody.
Devin versus Punk, that would be his.
Well, that'd be a closed bedroom match. If that's a stipulation.
All right, I'm gonna head out
Why?
because this is getting way too personal.
Juicy?
For me. Yeah, way too
Way
juicy.
too
For me.
I
juicy.
obviously don't want to have a closed bedroom match with CM Punk.
What do you mean? Why not?
Why?
Why are you trying to hold that?
I don't know. I would put. I mean, Osprey's on a fucking roll right now. I mean, Osprey and Rollins would be great.
Oh my god, you stole mine.
I'm just.
You asked.
I know,
I'm
that's
just
true.
spitballing here, and I love. How about Cody Triple H?
I don't know if that would be fantastic.
Why?
Cody's not a big enough draw for me to.
It's the Throne Breaker versus the Throne Sitter Honor.
That's good enough for me, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if that would be a great.
Bill
match.
it. Throne Breaker versus Throne Sitter of Honor.
I don't think that would be a great match, though.
That's a headliner.
Mine would
Yeah, of course it
be
is, but it's not.
Seth Rollins versus Adam Cole.
I like it.
Yeah.
How about Styles versus Cole?
Matt Riddle
In a
versus
steel
Brock
cage
Lesnar.
match.
Matt Riddle versus
Oh
Brock
yeah, I want
I
that
got
match
it.
so bad.
Goldberg versus the Steel Post.
Lesnar
Oh wait,
versus a door.
we already saw that one. Shit.
Lesnar. Many times.
Goldberg
Yeah.
lost.
Plenty of times.
Oh, I was talking to somebody else about that match. He said he was watching highlights on it. He's like, "That's probably the worst match I've ever seen in my life." I'm like, "Yeah, they're 50 years old. I don't blame you."
Probably.
I
Who's
would
your
agree.
two?
I don't know.
Well, you've
Good
had,
question. Good answer.
You've had this whole time to think.
Good answer.
Come on, buddy. Just
Everything you
mention
said.
anybody.
All right.
Anybody. Hold on.
I'm still thinking.
Think. Just spit one out. Be a
MJF
spitter,
and Jericho.
not a swallow.
Scarf versus scarf.
What?
That'd be fun.
Right?
Yeah, very good. Scarf in a pole match.
See?
What?
He's just
Wow,
spitting shit out
spitballing right
here.
now.
Vince Russo just booked it.
Bodie versus Awesome Kong.
Versus Nia Jax. Versus Tamina Snuka.
In
Yeah,
the face
Bodie
sitter
has
sit
a-
off.
Bodie loves them.
All right. Anyways, we are moving on,
Oh, okay.
and we're gonna do Juicy Josh's top 5 moments of Raw and SmackDown.
Why? Because we keep it.
Juicy.
Devin?
No.
Devin?
Juicy.
No.
Oh, so sweet.
Oh, juicy. All right.
Yo.
Devin, but
Ed
what-
just turned to the
I'm
prince.
not going to do my top 5 until you say it.
Say what?
The word.
Word.
It says in the back of my shirt.
Kick me?
Juicy. Say it, Devin. Yeah, there we go.
Hurry up.
Juicy Josh's top 5. Oh!
I like that you whispered.
All
The
right.
sooner I say juicy, the sooner he gets out of my apartment.
That's true. And
Thought you having a
as soon as I get close to
sleepover.
your bed.
Nope, I got work tomorrow.
What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, he said you were sleeping over.
I am. What? Finn.
That's
All right.
cute.
Number
No,
5.
Nobody goes. No one talks about Finn. All right.
I'm going to sleep on Finn.
Shit, where is he?
Who cares?
He's gone.
All right, number 5 is Lashley and Strowman symbolically breaking the stage.
That was
And
5?
Corey Graves yelling "Holy shit" on TV, and everybody going wild, thinking the Attitude Era is coming back because he said "Holy shit."
Wait a minute, that was number 5?
That's
just
what I'm
going
saying.
through it, like,
That's number 5.
That should be number 1.
is this a fucking question, or am I going through my top 5 right now? Do you guys want to do this?
This is what happens. If you have opinions, we have to be critical.
That's true.
Oh,
All
am I
right.
supposed to nod here and go, that's a good pick?
No,
It was 4 things better than that.
I'm not saying that there's 4 things better
Mike
than
and
it, but
Maria,
it's number
that's a
5
great
because I don't know what's going to happen next week. If something
I don't
happens,
care what happens next week. This
I
is
care.
for last
If
Monday's
they get
episode.
If they get a new stage and a new setup and all that other shit, I'll be fine. I'll switch my top 5.
I think the point of the moment was the spot where they broke through it and the pyro came up. Not
I
the
get-
symbolism, like the hardcore
but
spot.
there should be a symbolism to it that since Paul Heyman's taking over, it should be a new era for wrestling, for WWE at least.
Okay,
I kind of agree with that.
Go away.
Fuck off, Devin.
What's 4?
Jesus Christ. Now you agree.
Now I'm interested.
All right, there we go. Number 4 is the War Raiders and Joe versus New Day. Joe submitting Kofi to set up their match in Extreme Rules was good.
I don't like Kofi losing.
Kofi's first loss.
Kofi's fine with lose. Yeah, that's true. Kofi's first loss.
I know. Yeah, I guess that's fine if it doesn't happen all the time.
And he never tapped or.
At least Joe didn't get rolled up. War Raiders are still undefeated.
I guess.
Yeah.
If you count, not
fighting
War
the
Raiders,
Lucha House
Party.
Viking Raiders. Sorry.
Viking Raiders, yeah.
Get that Viking experience.
Right in the middle of it.
Yeah. What's all?
Super juicy.
It is the juiciest.
Yikes.
All right, moving on to number 3 is Drake Maverick beating R-Truth to take the 48-7 European TV title on his honeymoon. Here we go.
2-time champ.
2-time champ. It's going to be a huge video.
What?
Why is Drake there's going to be a huge video of Truth crawling out from under the bed and taking that title.
Do you think Drake's going to pull a page
What do you mean?
with the title?
Why is it sticky?
Yeah, that's
Just asking. He's going to make her wear it. Am I wrong? He's obsessed with the thing.
Truth pins him.
Well, then his smoke show wife. Like,
Truth pins him as he's like, doesn't know what's going on.
Wait, if she's... Well, I don't know.
I'm not going to get... I'll draw it out for you after.
Yeah.
I'll use visuals.
If there's something going on in the bedroom and she's on top, does that mean she wins? Or does it have to be a referee?
Oh, shoot.
She could be the new.
We need a referee.
What if they fucking film that? Like, no. Like there's like a sheet over them, but like she's literally on top, and the ref's like, "This seems like a good time to walk in here. 1, 2, 3." I don't know.
That'd be the weirdest wrestling angle in the history of anything.
I wouldn't
Well,
find a problem with
Katie
that.
Vick happened, but okay.
I don't think this stops that.
There's no way. Giving birth to a hand is the all-time worst, craziest thing
That's the
ever.
best thing that could have happened. That's what's gonna happen with Maria. That's the cuckold angle.
She was
Mark
finger,
Henry-
she's finger too hard. And a hand
Mark
comes out.
Henry had sex with her and she had a baby hand.
Go move on.
Yeah, move
You know how old that hand is now? It's like 20 years old. Where is it?
It's in college, typing furiously on its laptop.
All right, number 2 is the Street Profits debuting. They're not going to be full-time yet, but hopefully they get a big push once they get called
They
up.
didn't fight anybody, right?
No,
I
they're
don't
just
know. Backstage.
They're
But
kind
I
of funny.
heard
though.
there was a huge political shoving match as to where they were going to go and where they were going to hang out.
Doesn't matter. They're a wild card. Everybody's a fucking wild card. They're going to be on Raw and SmackDown. Like, it doesn't matter.
You mean like a real backstage political thing?
Yeah, like I guess like Heyman and Bischoff were both fighting for where the Street Profits were going to appear.
That's good
Well,
that they're
guess
fighting.
what? That's why we have a draft.
That's true. They need
They-
a draft. They need to do a shoot draft,
Draft
where
lottery.
no one knows who's going to be picked.
That'd be sick.
That'd be awesome.
Except for like Andrade and people that Fox wanted. Fox wanted Reigns, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And Andrade, they wouldn't be eligible, but everybody else, yeah.
All right, we're gonna too sweet each other real quick because number 1 is
The club,
the club getting back together.
club's back together, boys.
Man,
Heel turn. AJ Styles beating up Ricochet after losing to him for the United States Championship.
They better have a good
Bodie,
run this
did
time.
you just not too sweet, Ed?
I don't too
You
sweet.
got to do it. Just
He,
once.
does, he
Just
doesn't
once.
do it.
Just once.
Just once.
Just once.
Just touch his tip, it'll feel good.
Oh, I felt great.
There we go. That's the first time ever Bodie's done it on the podcast. It's a big
That's
moment
true.
for everybody.
I wish you guys could have seen that.
Yeah. We'll get video next time.
Exactly.
There won't be a next time. But the club, it's really cool that they're back together. Hopefully they actually do something. They're talking about Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows actually signing new contracts.
Well, I was just going to say, so that was their big kind of presentation to Gallows and Anderson saying, hey, look, we'll make you guys the biggest heels in the business if you re-sign with the company.
Way to fuck up 3 years of the club and then actually get them back together again. Well, they were
Yeah, but
together
this
in like
time could be the
2012,
time
right?
to make it right.
No, it was way later than that. They were
2015
feuding
or
with
16.
like Big Cass and Enzo and stuff when they first.
Yeah.
It was like 3 years ago, probably.
Yeah, it was 2016.
Yeah.
Whatever. But
It didn't
yeah.
go very well.
Yeah, not too well.
I think Carl Anderson would be better off by himself. I think he'd be a good.
Not in WWE.
I think he'd be a good United States Intercontinental Champion. No, his wrestling ability at least. No.
Yeah.
I don't like the ski thing that him and fucking Luke Gallows do.
What?
The broski.
This?
No. What's that?
Skiing.
No, not.
Looks like you're doing a Dutch rudder.
What the fuck is that?
Go on.
Okay, never mind.
No.
Can I Google it?
Can you watch Zach and Miri make a porno?
Oh Jesus! All right, here we go.
What broski thing are you talking about?
Like did they say like broski and
The whole nerd gimmick was
nerd
obnoxious.
thing.
The nerd meter.
the
or
doctor
whatever.
thing,
So bad.
like AJ stopping all this.
Right,
crap.
and you want them to separate and do that individually?
Not individually, just do a fucking serious gimmick. Luke Gallows was fine by himself for a little bit after Punk saved him from
That's true. When he was
from
straight edge
Festus.
society.
Yeah. I don't know.
I hear you, boy.
All right. So moving on to my SmackDown Live top 5.
Ooh, that rhymes.
It does rhyme.
It rhymes every week. He says it.
Well, he's not here every week.
Yeah,
then,
I
so,
just listen.
Yeah. So now he can say it.
True.
Fucking dick. Number 5 is the R-Truth promo explaining that he plans to win back the 48-7 European TV title. He's on a roll right now. I think he's one of the best things going on in wrestling.
And the 24/7 title was the best thing to happen to him.
Comedy and wrestling doesn't work a lot, but he is really killing it.
He won the WWE vote of like the fans' favorite champion or whatever.
Yeah, I think they really...
Can I just say dream match right now?
Go for it.
R-Truth versus Orange Cassidy.
That would be cool. I would like that.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
R-Truth would not know what to do when
Orange is doing
that.
He wouldn't have a fucking clue what was going on.
That would be awesome, actually. I would like that match.
It would never happen in WWE though, right?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
He's
I would like try to put on a Kings of Comedy Wrestling like
Yeah, that would be
tournament.
fantastic.
Have Santino Marella in there.
I don't think Santino doesn't even want to be Santino anymore. He's actually going to do
Too bad, Santino.
Yeah, that wasn't his gimmick.
I'll have
It wasn't
Eugene.
supposed to be when
He was actually like a really good
debuting.
wrestler
Yeah.
before WWE.
He was like a Muay Thai fighter or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had some Russian gimmick, didn't he?
Yeah, he was like a street fighter kind of. It was
Yeah.
basically what Kozlov was, and then
Yeah.
they just gave it to Kozlov.
And Kozlov was just terrible. Vladimir Kozlov, was that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was awful.
Yeah, not a good guy. Of course, his name is Vladimir.
Wow.
What, Devin?
We were being ignorant.
No, it's Russian. Fuck him. All right, moving on. I'm Russian too, so whatever.
Yeah, Russian
moving on
to
to
pick
number
up a penny.
4. What? What did you just say, you fucking dick?
I said Russian to pick up a penny.
That was actually pretty funny.
That's good. He tried so hard to not be.
To not be impressed.
Just giggled.
That was a good one. All right. Moving on to number
I
4.
got you.
You did. All right. Moving on to number 4 is Ali's vignette. He sounded passionate. It was a really good promo. It sounded real. I think that he's really improved since coming up from 205 Live, and that's great to see.
Did you see? Oh God, here it is.
Oh,
Oh,
many is
we're
that?
getting
Yeah.
near the end of it.
All right, cool.
I'm here to witness it now.
All right, here we go.
Did you catch his vignette at Stomping Ground or whatever?
Wasn't I here? Was I not here? No, I was not here.
No,
No,
But
that was
I
the
think
day
I
of
did,
Chowderfest, and then I annihilated
The toilet.
the bathroom for hours. I was so sick.
Because of that cold fucking wine tasting gross chill.
Oh,
chowder.
off topic. One of the chowders, it was fucking stone cold, and then it was like made with wine.
That was gross. It had like a really strong wine taste.
What
to
would
it.
the Straight Edge Society say about that?
It was cooked with wine,
Yeah.
but it was terrible.
Horrible. There was a
Fucking-
lot of good ones, but that one was just the worst.
She's like, it's so good. I'm like, how can you look at me in the eyes and say that?
You just
Taste
lied
this
to
in
me.
front of me. She would have thrown up.
Yeah, she.
I ran into the woman's bathroom.
Yeah, Devin could not stand the men's bathroom.
Not a single woman was in there. The old lady's like a cleaner was like, you can't be in
You
here.
should have
And
said
I'm
you're
like,
transgender.
I was like, let me take a shit. It's so much nicer than the men's. You have 18 stalls in here. The men's had 2. One of the locks was broken, so I'm sitting there with my hand up against the door, like pushing it when fucking people would come and open it. I'm like, I'm pooping.
You get offended by what I said. I'm sorry.
So this is why I didn't watch the pay-per-view. It was a long
We understand.
I did watch it, but we didn't watch it together.
Devin watched it in the bathroom on his phone.
Basically.
My house had no internet.
How?
What is wrong
It
with
was
you?
down for some reason.
Is
What
it back?
company do you have?
I don't even know.
How? Again. How?
We have.
While he looks that up, Josh, go on.
Bodie.
Is the internet back now?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
back now.
Well, problem solved. All right, number 3 is Andrade beating Cruz. Finally, we get Andrade back. Hopefully, he doesn't go anywhere. I know it was personal reasons, but I really like him. So
Oh, was his aunt or something?
his mom and his aunt.
For what?
Andrade deserves a huge push.
His mom and his aunt passed away.
Really?
Yeah. So yeah,
And he will get the push.
He deserves a push. He deserves.
Is that why we haven't seen Charlotte?
I think he deserves world championship.
Yeah, I do too.
Of course.
Him and Drew would be great.
I think him versus Kofi would be a great match.
I agree with that too. Maybe after Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
If Joe
honestly
doesn't take the
Andrade.
Joe's-
I don't think Joe will.
Okay.
I think
Shane
Or
McMahon's next.
Brock Lesnar.
I don't
Shane
think so.
McMahon.
I don't think so.
Fuck you.
When we make the cards, Devin's gonna pick Samoa Joe now since he said in the podcast.
I don't care. I don't care about winning or losing. So I'll
What the
pick
fuck you mean?
No, I do very
There's a
much.
better
huge
do.
championship title coming.
You better care, Devin. This is important.
We're watching SummerSlam outside.
That's cool. Where?
Lindsay bitch ass.
Oh, okay.
How do you know?
Shout out to Lindsay.
Because I asked her like months ago.
Does she remember?
Probably not.
No. But
If you're
anyways.
listening,
You
Lindsay,
should
we
have
know
told
you're
me.
not.
You should have told me last week.
We know,
Last week.
we know you're not listening, Lindsay, but thanks for hosting.
I'm using your
SummerSlam.
garage. Thanks.
You're not invited.
Frankie gave me the key.
Ooh.
All right. Number 2 is Daniel Bryan versus Big E. Set up their match at what is it? Extreme Rules. I don't even know what's coming up anymore.
Yeah, Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
Did Brian beat Big E clean?
Yes, he did. Yeah, I like it.
I don't like that.
Why?
Because Big E takes shits bigger than D. Brian.
It's Daniel
Dude, we just
Bryan.
talked about
I know,
this.
but as I said earlier, Size doesn't. How did he beat him?
He pinned him. Like he actually beat him with a
running knee?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is-
Whatever.
Well,
And then they attacked them at the end. Of
Yeah.
the
Yod.
and then segue to my number 1, Heavy Machinery versus Owens and Ziggler. You guys are gonna hate that it's number 1 too, but
Oh,
It's
my
Owens.
God.
I love it.
The compactor. Oh, the big guy move.
yeah.
Caterpillar.
Owens and Ziggler shouldn't be losing. That's
Zig-
why I don't
Ziggler
like it.
shouldn't have been losing after a big title
What?
match.
I'm kind of done with Ziggler.
What do you mean? He just came back. How are you done with him?
Owens shouldn't be losing.
Yeah.
Owens
Well,
definitely
Owens
should not be
Owens the one
losing.
He didn't take the pin though.
Owens
True.
took
Still
the
a
pin.
loss.
Owens took the pin.
Yeah. Ziggler went to super kick.
Oh, yeah, you're
and,
right.
Oh,
the
and
guy
that's
moved
why
out of the way
Owens
and hit
attacked.
Owens.
That's why we got Bodie here.
Did you see that
Back checking.
this Owens face turn?
Yeah,
He was supposed to still be a face,
but yeah,
but they turned him heel because of the
Yeah, that was confusing.
Daniel Bryan was injured.
The only reason they turned him heel is because, like Brian was in, like Kofi needed an opponent, so like he was supposed to still be a face from the last time he turned, so that's why he did like a weird flip
Well,
flop.
I think that kind of like
So I think he's staying as a face.
He wants
I
to
think
be
it
face
saved
too.
him.
Like
I think it saved him that Daniel Bryan got injured because he was gonna get that stupid eating gimmick or whatever.
What eating gimmick?
Do you know when they were first doing the vignettes for him when he was
To
coming
come back and he was always eating.
Yeah, what is
Oh, like the vlogs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was just a family.
What is
guy,
that
but-
gimmick?
that was that gimmick. Well, it was.
That
I
he
think,
eats?
I think it was gonna be that he
Oh,
eats.
Yeah,
like
that he overeats.
a big person gimmick.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, so I think Daniel Bryan saved
Well,
him.
thank God that got squashed.
Yeah, but so that's why he was doing the face thing on SmackDown during the Kevin Owens show,
Oh my God.
and then being heel during the
Yeah, they turned him heel because like
Ooh.
Kofi needed an opponent or whatever. But yeah, like the plan wasn't for him to go face heel face. It was to stay
Okay.
face, but they had to improvise. And,
well, now he's gonna be face because he got super kicked by Ziggler.
And then he's,
well, yeah, he attacked
then he
Ziggler
gave
after.
Ziggler a
So
stunner.
this is just continuing his previous face run, and it's staying apparently.
So is Zayn gonna be a face too? Same as Zayn?
Probably not.
I like him as a heel.
Oh, he's
But
so good.
I don't want him and Kevin feuding.
Keep
though.
them away.
Why?
Well, it's too soon.
Fight forever.
I agree, fight forever, but like,
This is why we need a draft.
I think this is why we need a baby face and a heel to kind of get together and be friends for a little bit. Like Nikki and Alexa Bliss, kind of. But not in a manipulative way.
It wouldn't work.
Yeah, it would.
Oh, okay. I presented my evidence. You presented yours. They
That's
were
right.
both terrible.
Yeah, that's our. That's
Yeah,
our
but it's
input
working
to
right now for Nikki and Alexa.
Very
He's
different.
blinded.
It's very different, I
Yeah,
think.
Alexa's more manipulating Nikki, and then Nikki's gonna find out, and then
And get
they're gonna
stabbed.
feud.
The hard way.
Yeah, they should.
Lex
Owens
is
and
gonna
Zayn
attack
should
her.
be.
I think this is what's gonna
Draft,
cause like
draft,
Nikki's
draft.
mental breakdown, and then she's gonna actually like be like crazy again.
Draft.
He's,
Wild
he's
card
talking
rule.
about army draft, not the.
No, I'm not
WWE.
going to the army. I'll cut my hand off before that.
I'll go to Canada.
I'll meet you. I'll go to
Oh, yeah.
Mexico.
Oh, now you guys are giving it away. They know where you're going now. They
Aw.
can find you.
I'm just saying that. I'm actually gonna go to Europe.
You're gonna go to the army.
I'll go.
I'm not, bro. They would not. I'm not going to the army.
Alright,
Fuck
I'm too
that.
stupid.
Clearly.
I'm calling Trump.
What?
On that note,
Wait, Ed,
is this it?
tell us about your top 5 for AEW, real quick. What was your top match, and what was your least?
I said
You
what
said
my
it
top
was Moxley versus Janela,
Okay,
right?
so what was your least favorite match?
Was the CEO guy there, like in his match?
Oh, Nakazawa.
What was your
Nakazawa.
second favorite match? I guess because I
It would
loved
be Nyla Rose, and
Wow.
her match would be second favorite.
That was great. No love for Cody and Darby, huh? Salty,
That's number 3.
Salty about that ending.
That's
Tag
number
team
3.
Match, the three.
That would be 4. The 6-man tag, right?
Yeah, it would be
buy-in,
4.
Private
Oh no,
party.
that was better in my opinion.
Private party.
Party was
Oh
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
yeah, that's what I meant. That's number 4, and then the 6-man would be 5.
I'm looking forward to Super Smash Brothers.
Private party, who Brian thinks is
The Dark Order.
Street
Dark
Profits.
Order, yeah, they're gonna be really good. What'd you say?
Private party, who Brian thinks is the Street Profits.
Because Brian's dumb.
That's true.
Yeah,
Well, to be fair, WWE made the same mistake.
He's only dumb.
Yeah.
You're
They
only
put
dumb
the-
because you're not here, Brian. I love
Someone on
Even when
Instagram,
he is here, he's dumb.
somebody put on Instagram for the WWE that AEW.
it. They meant to type R.
Yeah, and then
Street
put
Profits
AEW.
R on Raw, ARE, and it came up AEW, and then it capitalized it all, which
That's
means
my spell check.
which means they type it a
Yeah,
lot.
they were typing it
That's
all.
what I
So like Street Profits AEW on Raw.
So maybe Vince is having them. I mean, Vince doesn't care about wrestling outside of WWE. That's
It doesn't exist.
everybody says that. Like,
What
he just-
wrestling?
He doesn't know what's going on.
Good shit.
Gotcha.
That's why EC3 doesn't get a push. That's why all these guys that from the past who are doing excellent now that go to WWE are
Same
Shit.
people always get pushed.
True.
Drew McIntyre.
True. All right. With that being said, it is time for the 5-star moment of the week. Who wants to go first?
Devin, go first.
Oh,
You
man.
have your mouth
Actually,
open.
I'll go first.
Ricochet and AJ
Okay.
Styles main eventing Raw again.
That's
Okay.
SmackDown. I'm just kidding.
Juicy Josh.
Fuck off.
Well, I want Devin to explain why it was his favorite real quick.
Because I love the both of them, and then the club is back together, boys.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, Ed, you can go.
Mine is Will Ospreay versus Robbie Eagles at New
Southern
Japan Pro
Showdown.
Wrestling Southern Showdown.
When was that?
That was this past Saturday.
Well, that doesn't qualify.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah, it
does.
does. Sorry.
Hey, do you know what day of the
Dumbass.
week it is?
No, I keep thinking it's the weekend,
Me too.
It's the weekend.
True.
but I have to work.
But
tomorrow.
there was a lot of great emotion in that match. I like the fact that even though he told El Phantasmo to go away, El Phantasmo still found a way to get involved. And then now Robbie Eagles apparently I don't think is Bullet Club anymore
No, he's
because
he's
Tama Tonga
chaos.
said
Okay.
fuck you,
He's in
Chaos.
chaos.
which is cool.
Yeah. Bodacious.
My top moment would be Cody versus Darby Allin. It's a great match. Darby took him to the limits. And
I'll allow it.
why?
It was 2 weeks ago.
So what?
Well, we're doing this
It's
week's.
called the 5-star moment
Well-
of the week.
Well, maybe if you got to the show last week, someone would have
Actually,
covered
it was
Touche.
this past Saturday.
It wasn't
Oh,
5 days ago,
That was
was
2
it?
weeks
Yeah.
ago.
It was 2 weeks ago. Because their next show.
No, it was this past Saturday.
Oh, it was.
Because it was New
Eat
Japan.
shit. Eat
All
shit.
right, easy with those claps. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah, break up the whole
Okay.
fucking neighborhood.
All
You're right. I see. I don't know what day it is.
That is true.
Yeah, it was
So
5 days
now
ago.
I'm curious, Devin. What is your? Oh, we already know what yours is.
That's crazy. So my top moment is
Didn't you
AJ
already
versus
say?
Ricochet on Raw because
Yeah,
the club is back
because-
together. But also, now that I know, Cody and
What do you
Darby.
mean now that you know? You should have known before. Are you?
I don't know
this?
what the dates are.
Wow, it's still my top
Is this your
moment.
first time on this?
Cody versus
Apparently
Darby
it is.
because
I picked that.
Darby took him to the limit.
Fuck you.
What's your 5-star?
My
That's
5-star is the breakout tournament on NXT between
Swerve.
Isaiah
Swerve.
Scott versus Cameron Graves. Now let me say,
Grimes.
whatever. What did I say, Graves?
Graves.
Graves.
The Corey Graves is
You guys are
Brother.
southern cousin.
You were talking or something. I don't know what the fuck was going on. But so Isaiah Swerve Scott is
Shane
Shane
Strickland.
Strickland, and Cameron Grimes is
Trevor Lee.
Trevor Lee. Thank you, Devin. And they had a great match. And
I haven't seen any
unfortunately,
of those.
Scott lost. That it just started, so you can catch up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. This breakout tournament is definitely going to show a lot of great indie wrestlers coming up. Except for that one guy, the Chinese guy. What's his name?
Whoa. Why is
Bow.
that?
Whoa, Josh, he's not Oriental, he's Chinese.
I said Chinese, you fuck.
Play it back.
Yeah, we will.
All
We'll
right.
rewind that real quick, you dick.
Yeah.
And then fill in when I said Oriental before. And then, see, you idiot.
I'll try to go back in the whole episode and find out where he says Oriental.
It's just out of context completely.
I don't think I said it at all.
Or just fill me in saying it.
Yeah,
then.
just
right.
have Devin saying that,
Alright.
pretending it's me. But yeah, this breakout tournament's gonna be great.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I liked the match from last week, the Joaquin Wilde versus Garza.
Is that DJZ? Garza's
Yeah.
nuts.
Dude, he's
He's
amazing.
great.
He's a sicko. He won, right?
Yeah.
I like him a lot. He's a prick.
Yeah,
He's,
love
good.
it.
He's a good prick. He's like Alberto Del Rio, but talented.
yeah, way more talented.
Ooh.
And
Shout
with
out.
that being said, that is all for this week, guys.
Is it?
That is. We will see all of you next week right here on 5 Star Wrestling Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Eddie Valiant, and with me, as always,
I'm Josh, and I say Oriental a lot.
I'm Bodacious Bodie.
Juicy Josh. We're gonna keep it juicy, Devin. You fucking dick. Fuck you.
Why did Josh sign off twice?
Yeah. Why?
I know, it's
my
confusing.
voice is more.
I'm Devin, by the way.
My voice is more deeper than yours.
more masculine.
More masculine.
I'll show you more deeper. Hit that off
Anyways,
button.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.